It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April the 1st of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were welcoming in the St. Louis Blues to Bridgestone Arena. John Hines deploys his line combinations in the following way. Often the save, Glass, and Tomasino make up your first line. Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista make up your second line. Trennan, Sissons, and Smith. Asplund, Jankowski, and McCarron make up the fourth line, your defensive pairings. McDonough and Fabro. Stastny called up just hours before the game, getting his first opportunity to start with the Predators. Barry is his defensive partner, and that's great for a rookie getting his first opportunity. Gravel and Foote make up your third D pair. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are just 1:48 into the first period, and Grice is coming up with a save on Gravel. It's the first shot on goal of the game at 3:44. Saros' first touch of the game comes when he makes a save on Walker at 4:46 of the first period. Tommy Novak's 15th goal of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead in this game. It was a bar-down backhand off of Luke Evangelista's incredible feed. So Tommy Novak's 15th goal of the season gives the Preds a 1-0 lead. 5:54 of the first period. Levo's off the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Luke Evangelista drawing that penalty. It would be Glass converting on the power play for the Nashville Predators, his 13th goal of the season. A low slot redirect of Tommy Novak's shot, and we've seen Glass with some great hand-eye coordination as of late. His 13th goal of the season makes it 2-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. 11:09 of the first period. Kyrou stopped by Saros. It's only their second shot of the game, coming at the 11:09 mark of the first. 11:31 of the first period. Grice comes up with a save on Gravel's long shot. 12:24. Krug hits the post. Best look so far for the St. Louis Blues in this game. 14:28 of the first period. Smith and Blais are both off to the box, but it breaks down in kind of a strange way. First of all, the slash on Blais is not called. Second of all, the penalties that are called are 2 minutes for tripping on Smith and 2 minutes for roughing on Blais. And the gloves were dropped and punches were exchanged, but this was not declared to be a fight. So it ends up being a 2-minute power play in favor of St. Louis. Ultimately, it works out. Smith gets 4 minutes. Blais gets 2 minutes, and St. Louis goes to the power play. An outstanding PK by the Nashville Predators. They don't give up a single shot on goal, and McCarron, shorthanded, almost comes away with the wrap-around goal. Great job on the PK by McCarron. 17:41 of the first period. Pitlick's off the box. 2 minutes for boarding on Fabro. This could have easily been a double minor or even possibly a major. It met a lot of the criteria for being considered kind of a dick move. That's what I'll go ahead and call it. It was dirty, no doubt about that. Pitlick's off the box. 2 minutes for boarding. St. Louis comes up with a PK that gives up absolutely nothing to the Nashville Predators. We at the end of the first period, the Nashville Predators have a 2-0 lead, and they're out shooting the St. Louis Blues 10-3. Into the second period, onto the clean sheet very early on. Within a matter of a couple of seconds, Cole Smith takes a hit, has to leave the game injured, and he would not return. 1:48 into the second period. Grice comes up with a save on Sherwood. 2:40 of the second. Grice comes up with a save on Jankowski, and the Nashville Predators are off to a roaring start to the period. At 4:13, though, that momentum would be slowed when Sherwood would be off the box. 2 minutes for holding on Saad. Saros would come up with a save on Verana at close range, and then overall, it would be a good PK, blocking shots and being very aggressive in the lanes. The Nashville Predators do an excellent job here. At 7:18 of the second period, though, Sherwood just out of the box, already going back to the box. It's off for 2 minutes of tripping. This time, it was just a lazy stick foul. Immediately as he comes out of the box, the Preds get stuck with the continuation for some time and then find themselves short-handed yet again. But the Nashville Predators would capitalize as they would come up with a short-handed goal. Colton Sissons would not be denied. He fights through the check, seemingly all the way through the neutral zone, through the offensive zone, takes the wrist shot with plenty of accuracy. His 12th goal this season makes it 3-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. So the Predators now have a power play goal and a short-handed goal in this game against the St. Louis Blues. Continuation on the penalty kill. It's going to be Foote picking up a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. That's going to allow for a 5-on-3 for the next potentially 20 seconds for the St. Louis Blues. Saros is coming up with a save on Shen and the PK. Really strong effort. Gravel stepping up in this big opportunity. 13:27 back to 5-on-5 hockey. And it's Luke Evangelista's 6th goal of the season. He brings the jam at the front of the net. Sherwood goes with the low below the goal line pass out to the slot area. Evangelista goes with the jam. His sixth goal of the season makes it 4-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators on Bridgestone Arena ice. 16:53 of the second. Saros comes with a save on Kyrou. 17:09. Saros a save on Blaze. 17:29. Saros a save on Blaze. Again, a scrum after this shift. Intense pressure by the St. Louis Blues, without a doubt, to this point in the game. Their best pressure of the entire game. But in the scrum, Blaze is going to pick up a 2-minute penalty for slashing on Dante Fabro. Matter of fact, the entirety of that shift, the Preds were not only pinned in their own zone, but the Preds defense was just taking a beating in front of the net. It looks like the Nashville Predators are about to pick up a power play goal from Sherwood, but I've already put an X through it. It's going to be reviewed and taken off the board for a high stick. But I've got to tell you, go back and just take a look at this thing. He tipped Trennan's shot high. It goes off of the goaltender Grice, and then he puts the rebound in right along the goal line. It was deemed to be a high stick, and the whistle should have blown at that point in time. So challenged, overturned, no goal. We return the score to 4-0 in favor of Nashville. That's how the period would end. The Preds out shooting St. Louis 28-18, but due to that 5-minute frenzy by the St. Louis Blues there for a brief time, they're able to generate 15 shots on goal in the second period after only having 3 in the first period. We are 59 seconds into the third period. It's Glass hitting the post for the Nashville Predators at 2:51. Grice comes up with a save on Fabro at the 5-minute mark. Grice another save on Glass. 7:16. Grice a save on Foots. Long shot. And the Nashville Predators absolutely controlling all of the play the first 8 minutes of this third period. But at 8:36, St. Louis does break through as Rosen gets his 8th goal of the season. It was a wrist shot that hit some traffic. UC Saros screened, appeared to never see it. The puck finds its way trickling into the net. Then the St. Louis Blues are on the board. The Nashville Predators still lead 4-1 at Bridgestone Arena. We flip over to the back of the sheet at 10:21. We see Grice coming up with a save on McCarron at close range. At 11:49 of the third period, Yakov Trennan's 11th goal of the season makes it 5-1 in favor of the Nashville Predators. He fights through 2 defenders. He gets his own rebound and then battles through Grice, and then just for extra measure tucks the puck in off the defenseman's skate and in. Truly an otherworldly 5-star no-how step and effort from Yakov Trennan right here. His 11th goal of the season makes the game 5-1 at 17:19 of the third. Neighbors is off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. That's when Tomasino is going to get his 5th goal of the season. The way he shrugged and went to the bench not knowing if it was his goal or not, just kind of a comical moment on a day that started extremely heavy. It ends much lighter with the Nashville Predators getting a 6-1 victory. That Tomasino goal is 5th of the season. It went off the defenseman's skate and over the shoulder of Grice and into the net. 6-1 would be your final score in this game. The Nashville Predators would outshoot the St. Louis Blues 35-22. And let's be honest, the Nashville Predators this season have rarely dominated an opponent from start to finish for a full 60 minutes. There's no doubt the Nashville Predators dominated in this game from start to finish. There was a small stretch when UC Saros had to clock in and do some significant work in the second period, but other than that, the Nashville Predators just absolutely controlled long and large stretches of this game, only allowing 3 shots on goal in the first period. So for the Nashville Predators, a day that started with an incredible ceremony and an incredible heavy atmosphere was lightened up by the play of the Nashville Predators. You heard all of the Predators leading into the game indicating how important it was to play this game the way that they ended up playing it for the crowd, for the city, and to give everyone that momentary brief distraction and that little bit of hockey happiness and hockey joy. The Nashville Predators delivered the goods on a Saturday afternoon at Bridgestone Arena. That was absolutely one of their finest, most complete performances of the entire season, and UC Saros was very, very close to having a shutout in this game, and the Nashville Predators were very close to winning this game 7-0. So for the Nashville Predators, did exactly what they needed to do against the St. Louis Blues to continue at least remaining alive and avoiding the little E that's creeping up on everyone these days. The Nashville Predators got the 2 points against the St. Louis Blues. Now they'll have another divisional game against the Dallas Stars. We'll have full analysis coming up next. The Renegades of Puck, the box score, stats, analysis, opinions, and so much more right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.